Hi everyone, Toridi. It's another beautiful day, and like I always say, when I need positive energy, I look for positive people and try to have a conversation with them. Today, now Dr. Belinda Babila. Welcome to Toridi.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Your voice on low.
Thanks. Happy New Year.
Your voice on low.
That's right.
uh, for those who didn't know you, who I know, I'm sure everybody should know you by now. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Belinda Babila. Originally from Cameroon. Mother of two beautiful kids, Brenda and Brandon. I'm a philanthropist to start with because that's my first service. Um, I'm an entrepreneur. I run a home health agency, run a group home, run a design line into other projects which I don't want to talk about now. But overall, I'm a woman who wears many hats. That's how I put it.
Tell us about Belinda Babila Foundation.
BBF, which is short for Belinda Babila Foundation, got birth 10 years ago, but got officialized in America in 2016. Got 501c certified 2017. So literally, under the umbrella of the IRS system, we've been operating for 3 years. Actually, February. Oh my goodness. When is today? The 16th?
16 of, yes,
Yes.
16.
Oh wow. So actually, we're exactly 3 years old today. And BBF started because I got to that point in my life where I just decided not to live for myself. I decided to live for the greater good of humanity and to live especially for the less privileged because you get to a point where living for just your family members, your friends, and well wishers is the norm. But if you really want to go above and beyond, then you begin to do some above and beyond things. That was the birth of BBF.
Tell us a little bit about some of the projects you've done with Belinda Babila Foundation.
What BBF has done, oh my goodness, from 2017 to today, if I have to go chronologically, which I think I should be able because I run all those projects. Chronologically, we launched in Mabanda Bonaberry with widows who might still do widow empowerment. I have about 50 to 100 widows in Mabanda that we do. That's just a norm. We do empower every year, and then some of them now we do vocational trainings for those. We're encouraging for them to get self-sustenance and reliability. So from there, we did disable and orphan empowerment that same year, 2017. We moved from there, the orphanage, and we went to Nigeria. We did go visit the disabled colony because I had a disabled campaign I was running that year. This was way before Amber, all the struggle, the crisis started. Moved over to Nigeria because we're called Heal the World Africa. The mandate is for Africa. You know, when God gives you your assignment, He gives you a geographic location. And our location is the continent of Africa. But you must always start, charity begins at home. So we started in Cameroon, moved to Nigeria that same 2018 January, where we did a campaign in at the disabled colony in Abuja called the Kamajiji colony, where we went over there and actually had a project there for the maternity clinic. We had to hold the project because of the crisis. Because I have disaster relief, which is a major pillar for BBF, and from where you come from, crisis can be going on in your country, and the resources that you have, you don't focus it towards because it's more of an emergency now. So every other external project that we had, we got suspended by 2018, and we got into refugee management big. We got into IDP management big. So pretty much we've been doing livelihood sustenance for the IDPs in Bunaberi Douala. We're headquarters in Cameroon now in Limbe. We have an office next to Rafa Pharmacy. We just got established in December 2020. This past on the 20th of December, we did a launch in Ghana where we actually have a center now, like more of a refugee relief center where it's our office there, and it's a halfway home for any homeless Cameroonian refugee who was in Ghana. We give them shelter and get them rehabilitated so they can get back to be on them, be by themselves. In Nigeria, in Oyo, where we're based, we have an office in Oyo, and the office serves as a food bank where we give out weekly non-NFIs, which are non-perishable food items, back to our Cameroonian refugees who are there. We expanded to the prison, which is another pillar of BBF, and we're supporting prisoners, especially those affected by the crisis, and those who really have no, who are, there's some prisoners who are almost abandoned and nobody visits them. So that is part of one of the, that's a new project. Well, not really a new project, but that's something which this 2020 we've decided to take it into consideration. We do a lot of educational support, especially for the refugee kids, because Nigeria, every child that goes to school. This past October 24th and 25th, we did a massive back to school campaign for the refugee kids in the main camp Ogoja, where we serviced over 2,000 kids, giving out more than 300 tables, chairs, 100 tables, over 1,000 backpacks, countless numbers of didactic materials, pens, books. We just went to the prison on Valentine's Day we did a medical outreach. I was really big on that for me because understanding the prison system, I understand that we come from a very civilized and Western world, and it's not the case from where we come from. Prison isn't like a second chance. Prison is more of whatever happens to you in there. So my understanding of prison these days is giving me, is making me pay attention towards some prisoners especially. So we did health outreach, and the cases that have been discovered that would need follow-up, BBF would follow up on those. And BBF is planning, in our Limbe office, we'll definitely have medical screenings at least monthly, depending on resources. And then depending on resources, we're about to get a mental health specialist as well for counseling for those who are going through post-traumatic stress disorder from the crisis. We're embarking a lot this year on empowerment. We can have, especially for our refugees who are in Nigeria, the goal is while you guys are there, until this crisis ends, which we're praying and hoping that it ends, is that they get empowered. They learn a skill, soft skill, for vocational training, so that they begin to get to be self-sufficient. My goal is, if you guys have to go back to Cameroon, go back to Cameroon with something. Make the best out of the situation. So really, at the end of the day, I think if some of those goals that we have, if we can even accomplish just 10%, I think I'll be a very fulfilled woman.
You talked a lot about projects in Africa. You're not doing anything in the diaspora.
The diaspora, we feed homeless every Sunday. We try to. If I can go, I coordinate with my other team, whom we feed collaboratively downtown Dallas. So for right now, that's the project I have for the diaspora. The diaspora has a lot of help as far as support. There's a lot of resources here already. I want to let those who are doing work here, give them that space to go ahead and do. We need more people in Africa. We need more humanitarians on the field in Africa. Let's talk. More action would solve a lot of problems. So I rather focus my energy in one area and see the results that I want to see. But again, I have to bless the land that has been a blessing to me. I have to bless the nation that has been a blessing to me. So my Dallas homeless feeding program is a program that has to run, has to continue regardless. Because again, like I said, we have to give back to our city, the great city of Dallas, Texas.
Or any challenges?
Absolutely. A lot. But again, I always say, when you're forging, when you have an absolute certainty about where you're heading to, you bypass challenges like there isn't. There's a lot of challenges, but again, I really never focus on my challenges, because whenever a project comes up, I put up the project. For some reason, I may not realize it at the magnitude that I want to get it realized, but as long as I can realize some of my projects, I'm contented. Obstacles are always support, financing, making the word go round. And I tell people sometimes, supporting a cause is not always financial. Supporting a cause is not always being part of the field staff. You can support a cause from where you are if you decide to take bias out of your mind or decide to overlook who is spearheading the cause and look at what the cause is producing as a result, then you would support it from your heart, maybe by maybe just sharing a post, sharing it to your networks, advertising it on your wall. Because you see, granted, most people have their birthdays on Facebook, and they say they're making donations to St. Jude. But I don't think anybody has seen St. Jude's CEO. I don't think I don't think St. Jude them are concerned about the issue that's going on in our country right now. I mean, whatever is going on in Cameroon right now has to be a collective. Every Cameroonian at this point should be involved. I think empathetically, until you lose somebody from the war, then why would you want to wait to lose your own direct family member before you want to get involved? All those who are dying, they're somebody's child. Somebody gave birth to them, their destinies that have been sacrificed for all of us at stake. And I'm sure one day, depending on the results of where all this struggle is going to end, all this blood shed were the sacrificial lambs for the struggle. So I believe that every person in the diaspora should be concerned, directly or indirectly, trying to be a provider of solution to the numerous problems that we have. We have problems in all different aspects, be it health, be it nutrition, be it empowerment, be it justice, because people are in jail who need legal services, who need legal, be it education. So in all different ramifications, I can guarantee that somebody has a niche or somebody has an interest to which they want to support the struggle or the crisis that's going on in our country. And I think this 2020, people should take the stand of talking less and doing more. Because the talk, I don't know where talk has ever solved an actual problem. The only way problems are being solved is by a plan of action being put out and being implemented. Problems are solved only post implementations. So there's a lot of talking, but I don't see implementations. And BBF, we are an implementation agency. We identify the crisis, we implement the solutions towards it, and hope to get results achieved.
So how can people help?
Well, we have different donation portals. We accept donations on our website. We accept donations if you're in Cameroon. We have a donation. We have MTN in Cameroon, MTN Momo number in Cameroon. We have Zenith Bank account in Nigeria. BBF is registered again by the legal extent of all these following countries. We're legal in Nigeria under the extent of the Nigerian law. We're legal in Ghana under its Ghanaian laws. We're legal in Cameroon, and we're legal in America. I make it the point that wherever we go, we are legal, so we can be able to collaborate and cooperate with the government of those nations, so they can know actually our people are here. There was a problem. Currently BBF just got recognized by the immigration board, by the immigration of Ghana and the refugee board in Ghana. Responsibility on our part. So right now it's more like we're literally in charge of Cameroonian refugees in Ghana, over 1,000. We're back to the supporting portals. We have a Cash App. That's a Cash App number that's designated only for BBF. We have a Zelle account that's linked to the BBF account. We have PayPal, and then we donate via the website. So those are the different ways you can. And then we have the Momo account. We have BBF Momo, MTN in Ghana. So if you're in Ghana, you can support. If you're in Nigeria, you can support If you are in Cameroon, you can support. If you're in US, you can support. If you're in Europe, you can support through PayPal. So really, distance is not a barrier these days.
So is it just about financial support?
No, it's not. Like I said, BBF, we need talents. You know, whatever skill you have that you think you can push the organization forward. We're very, I mean, but we don't work with everybody. If humanitarian service is not your niche, don't even bother, because it's a selfless kind of job. So first, you have to want to serve. I call the boss of BBF that God is our boss, because this is my first. This is my service, my spiritual service back to God first. So I really don't take it for granted, and that's the only reason I don't work for any man. So my boss is God. So if I have to do the work, I make sure that I'm giving God, effective service. So before even coming on board with BBF, you have to get screened, and trust me, psychologically, I would know if you qualify to work with us or not.
So is it possible for somebody to work with BBF even though they are distant away, someone in Australia, Asia?
Absolutely. They can decide to be a BBF coordinator in their region. BBF should be able to be in everywhere. They can decide to advocate for us in their regions. I need people in Asia, I need people in England, I need people in wherever you are, or you think you want to be part of us. Because again, mind you, we're very, very service oriented. Service, service, service. That is the only reason why a nonprofit organization should exist. Is to help the government solve complex problems that the government cannot reach. The government can never, ever, ever solve all the social problems that exist in the communities. So NGOs should really be service driven, service oriented for the benefit of the underserved people. So this year is a much busier year for me. And it's a year that needs a lot more money to get these bigger projects accomplished. But again, I stay optimistic as always. And I know that most of these projects will get accomplished.
Oh, thank you very much for coming, and we hope to have you another time.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching, and I know her personally. She's a woman with a good heart. Do what you can to support. Like he talked earlier, he want to do a lot. He want already do a lot, but if we come together as family, we can do way more better than she's doing. Give her $1. Support anyhow if you support. Make the idea grow. Make our people back home feel what we do for the next level. Make people for Ghana and every other way we BPF they do their works, right?
Yes.
Yeah, continue for flourish. Thank you very much, and that was Story Day with me and my boss.
That be my boss. So love you guys. Let's pray for peace for our country.